Happy November. Hi, it's Caroline Mathis. Thanks for taking a couple minutes to go and see what's going on in the real estate market in Reno Sparks. So we're just going to jump right in. Median sales price, it went up just a little bit to $399, $995, let's say $400. That's for all of Reno Sparks. This is a graph that goes 13 months back. I may have mentioned in last month's video that we were kind of watching October from last year. It had a substantial jump, and look, while ours wasn't quite as substantial this year, it did go up by about $400 or $4,000. These are the average days to contract. That's the time that we put the sign in the yard and you get an accepted offer. It rose from year after year, so October of 2018 to October last month, it rose 37%. It's now about 62 days to get an accepted offer in the Reno Sparks area. Went up 18% from just last month. September was 56 days and rose to 62 in October. Average day contract by price, some of these have gone up and down just a bit, but most of them have gone up just a bit. You may remember last month's graph like this. The two outer ones were way up there as the number of days. Well, one of those got sold in the 100 to 200 price range, and apparently a couple of them got sold in the 1.5 as well. But what's happening right in the middle there is that all of the numbers have just about gone up on every price range. So now 300 to 400 is about 42 days. That's the sweet spot. That's where a lot of people are getting pre-qualified and are able to purchase a home. This is active inventory month by month, with including the new sales and what's coming new on the market. So sales that happened this month, inventory, what it looks like, and then new homes on the market. October, our inventory has dropped. The inventory is now about 19% less than last month. It's down, if we will go back a couple slides, it's even down 21% from last October. The sales, though, in August, 601 was the number of sales we had. In October, we had 546, about 55 less sales. Those buyers in October were looking for homes in August. Because as we just looked at that other graph, it's taking about 30 days, and then we have escrow as well. The number of new listings coming on the market has dropped as well. There's buyers out there, they have less inventory to look at. Hope that makes sense. If not, give me a call and we'll talk about it. This is the month of inventory. We're talking for homes for sale in the Reno Sparks area. We have gone now to just over 2 months inventory. So if another home was not added to our inventory, then we would have 2 months to be able to sell everything in the Reno Sparks area. Comparing it from October of last year, we had 3 months of inventory. So we're down just a little bit of the amount of inventory we had compared to last year. This is an interesting slide. This is the months of inventory that we have by price range, but it shows what a balanced market would be. So anything below the 5 months is considered a seller's market. Anything above is usually about 7 months of inventory. We can see that the 1.5 million has about 10 months worth of inventory in that price range. I wanted to include this slide because it kind of shows what's going on across our nation. Months of inventory has gone up just a little bit from last month across the United States. So hard to say how USA in comparison to Reno Sparks is, but right now we know that our inventory has decreased. How do you like this new slide? This is going to give us so much more information, I think. So this one tells us that Sparks, the price went down, for the average price went down 4% to 365. The homes that sold were down 18%. This is just for Sparks. And the days on market, like we've talked about in these previous slides, went up almost 10%. Our inventory has dropped, though, about 16% in all of Sparks. I would love to discuss if you have more questions about this graph. I think that you'll really like this slide. If you pause, you'll be able to glean a lot of information. So on the right-hand side here is what the actual numbers went on each one of these categories. If you go in just a bit, that is October's numbers. You can see if it's gone up or if it's gone down. After the squiggly lines on the graph, that is October of last year. You can kind of look and see, and I think this is going to be quite interesting for anybody that's analytical like this. So now this is the Reno screen and all the information. So our prices in Reno went up to $415,000 average. That's a 2.5% increase. The number of solds that we had in the Reno area was 409, just a little bit above 0.7 of what we did in September. The days to contract went up a little over 19.5% to 66 days. Interesting in this is year over year. If you look at October last year, it went up 40% to the days to contract, which is now 66 days. Quite interesting. I thought I would add this slide in because we seldom talk about condos or townhouses, but there are some of you that want to get into having their own home. Average price, $235. So there are homes under $235 that you can get into probably around $200. The thing that we need to watch for when you go this direction to get into your first home is we want to make sure the HOAs aren't real expensive. You know, those palatial neighborhoods with really nice yards and all the amenities, you can only imagine how much your monthly HOA is. I'm going to briefly touch on interest rates. Back in 2016, interest rates were about 3.97, so 4%. Right now, last month, they were about 3 3/4. This is kind of what they're thinking is projected from January 2018, that's the one side of the graph, into what we think the interest rates are going to go into by the end of next year. Still below 4. This graph might be a little bit easier to look at. You can see what the projections are by each one of the providers, and they're still hovering right about 3.65 to 3.7. Now, mind you, this is across the United States. I am finding that interest rates are right in the 4 to 4.375, 365, that type of thing here in the Reno Sparks area. It's Thanksgiving time and it's going to be the holidays. I know everyone is going to get so busy, but I want to take a moment just to say thank you. This year has been amazing. My clients, you are amazing. I carve out a little bit of time to put this all together for you, and I hope you enjoy it and that you learn something each and every month. That's why we do it. I want to be your real estate agent. So if you have a friend or family member that's coming into town and conversation kind of winds over to see what the real estate market might be doing in Reno Sparks, show them this video. That's why I created it now, so you'll have it when your friends and family get together. I want you to have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you next month and be able to go over what November's numbers look like. Enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving.